You hummed as you unbuttoned your uniform. This is just in. 3 bodies were found in different places. They all had different wounds. The one found in the abandoned building seemed to have been decapitated. The one found in the forest had stab wounds, while the last one seemed to have been pushed off a building. What does this all mean? Police are now investigating. Remember to stay safe, everyone. The person on the radio says. A shiver goes down your spine. Is there a serial killer on the loose? Soon, there was a knock on your door. You flinched. You stared at your door, slightly scared and nervous. Yin, I came to pick you up. Tanjiro's voice spoke out. You let out a sigh of relief. I should buy a pepper spray and not go home alone. You mumbled. I'm coming. You spoke out and grabbed your bag. You opened the door to see Tanjiro, who gave you a smile. Good morning, Yin. He says. Good morning, Tanjiro. You replied. You felt a little relief that Tanjiro came to pick you up. You felt safe around him because he wasn't a psychotic serial killer. You soon locked your door. Let's go. You told him, and soon both of you started heading to school. While both of you were walking, Tanjiro noticed that you were quiet, and your facial expression looked worried. You were accompanied by the thoughts on what if who were the next victim? What could you do? How could you defend yourself? How could you get away? How could you... Yin? He spoke out. Uh-huh. You turned to him. What's wrong? He asks. Well, I'm scared. The radio reported that the police found 3 bodies in 3 different places. It just gave me more reasons to be scared of going home alone. You replied. Your voice was shaking. He then wraps an arm around you and pulled you closer to him. There's no need to worry, Yin. You have me. You can lean on me. I'll protect you. He reassured you. Time skip. You and Rui sat on a chair at the table. You soon sat down the snack that you had bought and set brother free from his cage while Rui sets down and does his homework. His homework was math. You soon took a peek at what the lessons was. It was... what the fuck? I'm too stupid to know what this is. Permutations? Okay. Oh, I know this. Muzan taught me this. This one is actually easy. You thought, oh, what's this? Yin, calling something easy when she only has 3 brain cells? She finally understood something in math? We love character development. Rui grumbled. This is confusing, he mumbled. Aren't you too young to be learning that? You asked. No, I got bored of singing ABCs and watching Coco Melon. I wanted something complex. I'm a genius. Anyway, there's no problem. He simply replied. Well, do you get what you're supposed to do there? He shook his head. Here, let me teach you. You soon taught him how to do it. He listened. And that's what you do. Here's the formula for NPR. You told him and started writing down the formula. I didn't know it was actually that easy. He mumbled and soon started to answer number 1. Like this? He asked and showed you his answer. You patted his head. Yeah, like that. Good job. You praised him, and a hint of red soon appeared on his cheeks. I don't know if you can hear that, but a plane is flying by my house. Thanks. Okay, but anyways. He stuttered. Oh, thanks, he stuttered. You let out a small giggle. You had grown a little to like him. He was like a brother you never had. He also had grown to like you. He loved your affection. He loved it. You were actually someone he could lean on. Soon, Sarah approached you both. Yin, she spoke out and sat next to you. Hey, Sarah, you replied. How's your injuries? She asked. It's healed. Nothing really serious, you replied. Well, thank goodness, I still can't believe they picked a fight with us, but lost at the end. It really made them look like clowns, she commented. Sis, I'm still laughing at that now. I'm still laughing at it until now, you replied. Both of you let out a laugh. But Yin, if anyone picks a fight with you, you know who to call. She says. You let out a chuckle. Yeah, thanks for having my back, you replied, and soon Inosuke approaches you. Yin, he spoke out and walked up to you. I want you to accompany to buy utensils, he added. You raised an eyebrow. Why should I? You asked. Sorry. I'm tired apparently. I'm yawning and I'm so sorry for the yawning. You asked. Come on, you're an expert. I actually broke my knife while cooking, he replied. Yes, he added. Or, you simply replied. Sarah burst into laughter. Yin, I will square up if you don't say yes, he says. You rolled your eyes. Fine, you bore, you replied. Sorry. Pog, he yells out. Shut up. Rui glared at Inosuke. And who the fuck is this brat, he asks. Hey, he's not a brat. I'm babysitting him for Muzan, he replied. He was about to open his mouth, but then, Inosuke, where the fuck are you? We need you, a student yelled out. Oh shit, he mumbled and soon left. You know, Yin. Sarah spoke out. You turned to her. You should date one of them. They like you. She added. You wheezed. Yeah, no thank you, you replied. Nah, the last time I had hopes for romance with Rengoku, who actually had a different idea for a date. Nah, I ain't getting played by the game gods today. I'm not gonna be clowned, you thought. Oh my god, I hate this stupid plague. It's every day. Sarah was about to open her mouth, but then, no, I won't allow them to date her. Rui glared at Sarah. Soon someone called Sarah. Sarah, the pan is missing, a student yelled. Sarah let out a groan. Ugh, well, that's my cue. She got up and stretched her arms. Ugh, I really hate it when nothing is going my way, she mumbled. Can't relate. I don't have a booth, he replied. Yeah, no need to flex your luck, Sarah replied, while letting out a giggle, and soon left. Time skip. You let out a yawn as you slid the door of the student council office open. You were about to lay on the sofa, but Rengoku was there sleeping. Okay, never mind, you whispered, and was about to leave, but you heard a groan. Yin, Rengoku spoke out. Oh, was I asleep? He added. Yeah, well, either way, don't worry about it. You should continue resting. I'll just leave, you replied. Wait, don't leave. You turn to him. How about you accompany me? He asks. Well, sure. You spoke out and walked up to him and sat next to him. Let's rest here for a bit, he says. I have a lot to do after this, huh? He mumbled, but you heard it. You should give some of your tasks to me, you suggested. Like I said before, you can give me half. You have a lot in your plate, Rengoku, you added. He lets out a deep sigh. I can't have my duties as a president. I'll make them proud, he replied. Well, I'm proud of you, you told him. His eyes widened. You? His voice trails off as a blush appears on his cheeks. Come on, Rengoku. I told you not to keep these things all to yourself, you added. Right, he clears his throat. He then gives you a list of what he was going to do. You read through it. Oh, I'm the one who's going to light up the fireworks, huh? You thought. You soon got up. All right, I'm gonna do this, you spoke out, all fired up. Then you cut him off. No, stay here, Rengoku. Rest all right. If I see you leave this place, I will riot, you told him. He let out a chuckle, and soon you left. As you walked around the halls, you saw Blake. Blake, you spoke out. He only glared and he soon continued cleaning. Rude, you thought? And soon walked up to him. Blake, have I ever told you how rude you are? You added as you crossed your arms. I'm a very kind man, Yin. I even feed the poor, he says. You let out a wheeze. How can you feed the poor when you work as a janitor? You asked. It's me. I'm the poor, he replied. Oh, he felt really bad. Meanwhile, question marks, POV. Where are you taking that? A student asked his friend. To the back of the school. Yin is in charge of the fireworks and told me to do this. The student replied, Oh, did I hear that right? Well, I guess this will be enough payback. I soon approached the two students. Hey, how about I carry that to the back of the school? I suggested. Huh? Oh, well, okay, thanks. The student replied. I soon smirked. I can't wait to see the defeated expression on your face. Chapter 24. Today was the day of the firework display. It was also the last day of the school festival. But what you were doing, you may ask? Well, Oba-san, I want taiyaki. Rui spoke out as he tugged on your shirt. At this point, you were used to the brat calling you Obi-san. Brother, the tarantula, on the other hand, was just vibing on top of your head. I'm sorry, I know what happens to him, and I won't spoil it. At this point, you weren't babysitting one child. You were babysitting two. You didn't mind, though. Both of them were adorable. You soon grabbed a taiyaki and gave it to Rui. He let out a satisfied as he takes a bite of the taiyaki. Your favorite seems to be the taiyaki now, huh? You commented, and let out a giggle. Akaza soon walked up to the both of you. You raised an eyebrow. Yin, I know you have duties to go to. I'll take care of Rui. You should do them now. Akaza spoke up. Oh, right. I need to take care of the fireworks display. You suddenly remembered. You were about to stand up, but Rui gripped on your shirt. You looked at him. No, other members can take care of it. You should stay with me, he suggested. I can't, Rui. Besides, don't you want to see the fireworks? You asked. He scowls. I have no need for that. I see it every year, especially on my birthday. He simply replied. Besides, don't go. I won't call you Obi-san anymore. I'll call you Oni-chan, he says. You let out a chuckle and ruffle his hair. Tempting offer, Rui, but I can't. He was about to open his mouth, but you cut him off. No, Rui, you cannot come with me, you added. He pouts. Well, how can he come? He points at Brother. Well, he's my buddy, you simply replied. Brother twerks in victory. I'm sorry. I need to kick my composure. Rui scoffs. Don't forget where you came from. He pointed at the tarantula that was obviously teasing him for not being able to come with you. Well, you should go now. I'll take care of him, Akaza says. You nodded. Don't worry, Rui. It'll be quick. You reassured him. It better be, he says, and crosses his arms and soon left. I can't get over the twerking tarantula. I'm gonna have to find a video for some people who don't know what it looks like. It'll be at the end of the video. But time skip. You looked around to look for the people you had given the task to take the fireworks at the back of the school. You soon noticed them on the crowd and approached them. Hey, are the fireworks at the back of the school? You asked them. Yeah, someone actually suggested to help, so I guess they would have gotten it there by now, he replied while his friend stared at the tarantula on your head. Thanks, you simply replied and soon left. As you were heading to the back of the school, a familiar voice called you. Yin, she spoke out. You turned around to see Sarah. Where are you headed? She added. Oh, at the back of the school. I'm going to get the fireworks ready, he replied. Really? Then let me help you, she suggested. Are you sure? I mean, maybe you have some tasks? You replied. Don't worry, it's my free time, she replied, and you only nodded. Both of you chatted as you headed there. As soon as both of you were at the back of the school, you let out a confused expression. What? Why aren't they here? You commented and looked around. Well, maybe that because I threw all those fireworks away, Sarah simply commented. What? Ugh, Sarah, now is not the time for jokes. You rolled your eyes and kept looking for the fireworks. I'm not joking, though. I really did throw them away, she replied in a serious tone. You stopped everything you were doing and slowly turned to her. What? Why the hell would you do that? You asked, confused. Because you won't do anything I want you to do, she yelled. What the fuck are you even... Wait, is this connected to you suggesting that I should have dated my friend? You asked. It was so perfect. My plan was so perfect. If you dated them, I would have gone behind your back and tried to seduce them and take them away from you. She let out a small sigh. God, I love airplanes flying over my house. Sorry, I'm a little pissed. You felt betrayed and heartbroken. But what emotion was really taking a toll on you was rage. You backstabbing bitch, you commented. Miyuki even approached me to take you down, but I refused. I had other plans. She spoke out. You know, I really could have been best friends, but too bad fate says otherwise. She added. You clenched your fist. Besides, don't you remember? I hate when things don't go my way. She spoke out. It was the last straw. You ran up to her and slapped her. You pulled her hair. She also pulled your hair. You fucking bitch. I trusted you, you cried out. If you weren't so stubborn, this wouldn't have happened, she yelled and soon pushed away. All my homies, this Sarah's don't claim her. If anyone is named Sarah, I'm sorry. You don't have to claim her. Oh, you were about to jump on her, but you noticed the brother tarantula was on her arm. You let out a smirk. This is just the... Ow! She shrieked as the tarantula bit her. She then grabbed him. She then grabbed him and threw him to the ground and stepped on him. Your breath hitched. Your focus wasn't on Sarah now, but was on brother. This is your punishment, Yin. She spoke out and soon walked away. You quickly ran up to brother and slowly picked him up. You didn't want to chase after Sarah. Your buddy was more important than her. Brother. You stuttered as tears started to roll down your cheeks. You examined him on your palm. Your heart dropped as soon as you noticed that he wasn't moving. I remember he was in the same time. I'm sorry, that's my favorite character. Meanwhile, Rengoku's POV. I need to get my composure again. Have you seen Yin? I asked a student. He shook his head. No, but I did see her go outside, he replied. I nodded and replied with a thanks. What? Is there something you need from her? He asked. Yeah, there's something I need to tell her, I replied and soon left. Something I needed to tell her. I wanted to confess. I thought these feelings would disappear, but they only got stronger and stronger. I soon went outside. It was crowded and it was hard to look around for her. Was she at the back of the school preparing for the firework display? There, I found her. She was at the back of the school. Ian, my voice trails off as I see her on the ground, her palms holding a tarantula. My heart dropped as soon as I saw her hurt expression, as if she was still progressing what had just happened to her. I grit my teeth and quickly ran up to her. Ian, what happened? I spoke out and I noticed small tears running down her cheeks. I brushed away her hair and wiped away her tears. My buddy, she spoke out, clenching the tarantula and holding it close to her chest. I pulled her into a hug. I didn't care if I got wet from her tears or snot. All I wanted to do was be there for her. What could have happened? Second person POV. Rengoku was pissed. No, enraged to think someone had dared to hurt you. All he could do now was be here for you. He wanted to confess, but it looked like it would have been to go on for pause. He promised to himself that he would hunt down whoever hurt you. You wouldn't have worried anymore. Besides, he just wants you to have a conversation with the person who hurt you. Definitely not planning to torture them and murder them and hide their body somewhere that no one could ever find. Looks like I'll have to get rid of people who want to hurt you before I could tell you my feelings, Rengoku thought. Either way, I don't mind. I'll do anything to protect the one I love.